What's going on, guys? Carmine here. Today we're going to have a very short video because I was just in the middle of writing the script for my next video, and I kind of realized something. And yes, you read the title of this correctly. I think Game of Thrones kind of gave us a hint of how the whole thing ends. Now, fair warning, before we get into this, no, I'm not going to be talking about any of the leaks. I haven't seen any of them, and we don't do leaks on this channel anymore. Like, I did it a couple of times before, especially for Season 7. I kind of felt like crap doing it, so no, I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody. It's the final season. We should all enjoy it together as it comes out. But I firmly believe that the show just gave us a big hint on how it's all going to end, especially if you're a fan, like I am, of this major theory about, time-traveling Bran, and yeah, it's starting to make sense. I'm being a little tinfoil here, so forgive me, but just for this one time, just bear with me. But fair warning, if you don't want to be potentially spoiled, definitely back out now. I'm gonna make this video super short and get to the point, but just giving you a fair warning for those who don't want to be, yeah. So, okay, let's get into it. Now, the idea here is that the show's opening credits spoil the whole thing. So, originally, the opening credits were much different. From seasons 1 through 7, we all knew what they looked like. The astrolabe, the giant glowing sun thing with all the blades showing the history of, the story, is different now. Originally, it was, I believe, the Doom of Valyria, which happened thousands of years ago, or hundreds of years ago. And then it cuts to Robert's Rebellion, where all the, noble houses are fighting against the Targaryen dragon, the lion, the wolf, and the stag. And then it cuts to the other noble houses bowing before House Baratheon's stag. So it went forward in time. Now, however, the opening title sequence is different, especially on the astrolabe, where the first thing we see is the Night King's dragon burning down the wall, and then the Red Wedding, and then the birth of Dany's dragons. My thought here is, why is it going backwards? The fact that we have new events in the astrolabe is fine, but why is it going backwards? Why not forwards? Because it should, like from seasons 1 through 7, it should go the birth of Dany's dragons, which happened at the end of season 1, the Red Wedding, which happened at the end of season 3, and the bringing down of the wall, which happened at the end of season 7. So why are we going backwards? Well, if you believe a certain theory, which I firmly believe this theory, the time-traveling Bran theory, if you believe it, it makes a lot of sense. And it's Game of Thrones giving us a hint of the time reset ending that we're probably going to get, which I firmly believe is what we're going to get. So for those of you who don't know, I'll catch you up on it real quick. Bran has the ability to go back in time and kind of change things. We saw that in Season 6 when, he was the reason why Hodor says Hodor all the time. Well, what if Bran is the reason every major event has happened? Like, for example, the Mad King going crazy. What if the reason he went crazy is because Bran traveled back in time and was trying to talk to the Mad King, getting him to store wildfire for the incoming White Walker invasion, and he just ended up making the Mad King crazy, and yeah, we know the rest. Well, what if he goes back in time again to raise the wall and try to stop the whole thing? Okay, maybe that didn't work because, whatever, the White Walkers are still plaguing the whole thing. What if he goes back in time even further to where he tries to reason with the children of the forest, and he, keeps saying all these things that he's from the future, and they end up just grabbing this guy and turning him into a White Walker? Because as we saw in Season 6, when the first Night King was created, they had that guy gagged up. Why? Maybe he was spouting nonsense and they want to listen to him, and they turn that guy into the Night King. Originally, I'm assuming that they wanted just to turn him into a White Walker, but because that was Bran, and Bran has those special warging powers, they end up making a specially powerful White Walker who becomes the Night King. That's why the Night King has all the abilities that he has, because he's especially powerful. So, and it all comes ahead to basically Bran realizing that he's the reason the White Walkers, the Night King, for example, even exists in the first place, and he needs to go back in time and fix this all by killing himself so everything can go on normally without the Night King showing up and ruining it all. The end of the show, we're going to go back to Season 1, where Bran dies and everything else, goes on, continues like he, what didn't survive the fall or whatever have you. There are theories that are basically like this, but the ending is varied, but ultimately it comes down to basically just Season 1, but Bran dies instead of surviving the fall, therefore the Night King never really being created. So essentially, if you've ever seen the movie The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher, basically this is what I'm talking about. Now, remember, this is just a theory, it's not spoilers or anything, and I know my thoughts here about the opening credits going backwards stands on thin ice, but it's just a thought I had. So let me know what you guys think down below. Leave your thoughts, all that stuff, because I'm actually curious to see what you guys think of it. I need to do my own video on the whole Bran theory, because I've discussed it before, and I just need to do my own video on it to go into more detail, because there is more detail, and I'm kind of just, rushing through it a little bit. But definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, because I will see you down there. And yeah, subscribe if you enjoyed, like if you haven't already, and make sure to ring that bell to get more videos as Season 8 continues. And I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.